The NBA draft is almost here, and we're going to be live for every single pick, and we'll have all the picks in before the major networks. And unlike some, ESPN will actually talk about all the draft picks as well. Even that pick 55 overall, we'll discuss it, even if it's someone you haven't heard of before, because we know what you want. You want actual draft pick discussion, not random interviews or whatever. So if you want every single draft pick before the major networks, hit that big red button and subscribe today. Let's talk Knicks and also Warriors here. Interesting trade rumor you kind of came across, Jimmy. Mitchell Robinson as part of a package for the Knicks to go up and get the number 2 pick from the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, the Knicks have their eyes on the number 2 pick to go out and get LaMelo Ball.
Melo to New York. Oh, I love it.
But according to multiple reports and multiple people within New York, they believe they would have to give up Mitchell Robinson to get to number 2, and the Warriors would likely demand that. Now, the Knicks being they, have been very reluctant to include him in any kind of trade conversations, him and RJ Barrett. But if you can get a game-changing and a franchise-changing point guard like LaMelo,
the face of a franchise.
Right, and then trade Mitchell Robinson to a team that desperately needs a center like the Golden State Warriors, I mean, I think you kind of have to do it if you're New York.
I think if you're the Knicks, you absolutely explore it. Where things get interesting and I'd argue a bit concerning for me is this potential trade package that you saw out there.
Yeah, this is the one that was reported by the people within New York that said this is likely what would have to happen. So the Knicks take on Wiggins' salary, even though I don't think it's not a good salary, but Wiggins is still like a good player. He's still putting up 22 per game, and they get the number 2 pick. The Warriors just moved down to number 8, so they can still get a very, very solid role player along with Mitchell Robinson, so they fill in that center position. In all honesty, I think Golden State says no in this one.
I am inclined to agree. Frankly, I don't like this trade for Golden State. Like, I know Wiggins' contract is not great, but even though I like Mitchell Robinson, the Warriors, I don't think, get enough back in the trade. I think Golden State says no. You guys get your votes in. W for Golden State, K for the New York Knicks. Yeah, and you agree with me, Jimmy?
I 100% agree with you. I truly, listen, I'm not going to say Andrew Wiggins is going to be an all-star or ever live up to his number 1 pick expectation, but he's still a solid role player on a team that also needs wings. I know they need a big, they also need a wing. That's what Wiggins is. You keep number 2, and I think James Wiseman or Onyeka Okongwu could be just as good, if not better, than what Mitchell Robinson is right now. Anyway.
I do like Robinson, though. I think he's shown some – he's never going to be a Joel Embiid type big man, I don't think.
No.
But I think in the modern NBA, he does offer you enough on both sides of the court that he will be one of your starters. The question is, how much value does that bring as the NBA goes smaller and smaller?
Yeah, he plays more of that pick-and-roll big man. Now, let's say this does happen. This trade does go through. Well, I think with that 8th pick, you can take a guy like Devin Vassell out of Florida State, who they do really like, and then Mitchell Robinson in the middle. And then, Draymond Green, Clay, Steph Curry, that's kind of your big 3. And here's the thing, with Curry, Vassell, Thompson, and Green, those are 4 guys that can shoot the ball pretty well, so it's okay that Mitchell Robinson isn't a shooting big man by any means.
Now, again, here kind of on the Knicks side of it, that number 2 pick could be dealt for LaMelo Ball. That seems to be a popular rumor out there of teams trying to move up to get LaMelo Ball, either even at number 1 or at the 2nd overall pick.
Yeah, there's belief that LaMelo Ball will go number 1, whether it's to the Timberwolves or to a team that trades up there. I don't think there's any chance the T-Wolves take him number 1. I don't think they should take him number 1, but I don't think he falls past the Warriors at 2. So if a team like the Knicks really, really want him, they're going to have to make a move and get up there. And I'm going to be honest, Tom, there's a lot of people that are hating on LaMelo. Hater Jimmy is not hating on LaMelo. I am a
because you hated on Jello. You hated him.
Well, rightfully so. He's still not in the NBA or the G League. So I think LaMelo is going to be legit. I think he'd be great for the Knicks. If the Warriors say yes to that trade, do it. But if I'm Golden State, I'm holding on to Wiggins, and I'm holding on to 2, and I'm taking LaMelo Ball and potentially developing him, and maybe you trade him somewhere down the road, or maybe you play him in the same backcourt as Steph, and you just make it work, honestly. I like LaMelo. I like the 2nd pick. I think Wiggins can be solid for this Golden State team. And I like Mitchell Robinson, don't get me wrong, but I'm not moving all the way down to 8 for Mitchell Robinson.
So if the Warriors keep it or if they end up trading it, who should be the number 2 overall pick? Where are you going here,
LaMelo
Jimmy?
Ball, baby.
Okay.
Big Balla brand. That's the only way to go at number 2. I don't think you can pass up on him if he's available. This is assuming Anthony Edwards goes number 1.
All right, get your votes in there, folks, who you think should be that number 2 overall pick.